I'm gonna start it.
Yep.
Yo.
Wow. Wow. That's all I can really say right now. Is wow.
What a way to end it.
Yeah, we had the last two episodes, and it was like, I don't even know. It was just such a weird season all around.
We
Even
should
saying that.
start from the rose ceremony from hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like the thing was like watching last night, I took a step back and I was like, I kind of forgot all about Monday night's episode. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Because so much happened yesterday that
Wait,
I'm
no,
like,
the only thing though is that I'm like, he did the same thing twice. So anyway, the rose ceremony, he walks in and he's like, yo, you like, I had sex. I loved all of you guys. I had sex with both of you guys, to Rachel and Gabby. And then
yep.
it's like meltdown times two. Rachel had like way worse of a meltdown, I think. And Gabby, I mean, she was like hurt, but she was being like way more logical about it. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was ready to go until she wasn't.
Yeah, it was like insane. Like, it was just like, and I get like the girls, like, it's such an awkward situation. And then there was a split second where like Rachel was like, I don't want to win like this,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Gabby was like, I'm not fucking taking the rose. Like, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with this. And then Colton begged for her back. Begged
Right.
for her back. Okay. Begged. He was
And
begging. And then
this
Rachel
is
was,
skip
yeah.
Rachel, like Rachel are crying, we stayed, right? And she said it. She's like, I was the only one you never fought for. And like, she sat there the whole time and was like, yeah, I'm staying here, blah, 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 blah. Like you said, he begged Gabby, and then they both accept the rose after he begs. I mean,
I'm
essentially
like,
begs them both.
I was just so sad that Gabby didn't stick to her gut. Like,
Yeah, right. Me too.
yeah.
Me too. And obviously, like, looking back, I'm sure she thinks the same thing. Like, fuck that. I so wish I would have just left right there. It would have been very interesting how the whole thing would have been handled if it was just Rachel there. Cause like, does he just say like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna just roll the dice with Rachel, or does he still go back with Susie? But yeah,
I think no matter what, he would have ended up running back to
probably.
Susie. Yeah,
Probably.
clearly. It didn't matter whether or not Gabby was there or not. He was obsessed with
Right.
Susie and he was going
For
to go
sure.
back to her.
For sure. So then they meet so they both stay. Then they meet his family.
Yeah, and it's all good and dandy and shit, and everyone's back to being excited again until we're not.
So, but a few things about his family. One, his dad kept it straight, which was
Dude, they
awesome
were such a Midwest family. None of them were giving it to him soft. They were like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Which is like even his one even his one brother, the one time when he came back after, this is skipping ahead a little bit, but after he came back and he was just like, I still want Susie. First off, his mom was like, he's like, but she never left. And his mom's like, she did
she
the
left.
Other day. Yeah. He's like, and then his brother was just like, what are you talking about? How do you have something else? I thought we just met two wonderful girls.
That's the thing. Like, how are you gonna? And that's what Clayton's dad, he was trying to say that too. He was like, hopefully Clayton will see that he has two great options in front of him that never fucking left him. And whatever, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah. So props to Rachel and Gabby though for going over there. Like, they're still putting on a strong, like, bro, to go through that and then the next day meet the person's family. It's like, they were like even killed, which is like a crazy thing to think about. I cannot
believe that they were able to stand there in front of him and like just act normal after all that. I cannot believe that. Gabby, though, she seemed like she rebounded from it better than Rachel did, course. Like, she did better with everything than Rachel did. But
looking back, are you that shocked the way? I mean, she was clearly like head over.
I know. That's why I'm not surprised at all by her reaction.
But I think it was Gabby, and I think her dad was just like, I don't blame you. Like, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't show up today. He said something along those lines to her. I think that kind of like made her feel a little bit more comfortable because she was like, okay, these people, I was thinking that they were like completely on Clayton's side, but like,
Yeah.
I know that they just shoot it straight. So like, this is someone I can just talk to, which is nice to have. Like, I'm not walking
Yeah.
into a family like
Well,
Pete's mom.
his dad
Remember Pilot
complete.
Pete's mom?
Yeah, fuck Pilot
Like,
Pete's
but I'm
mom.
saying though, like, imagine if his family was like that for this. If I was one of those girls walking in, I'd be like, this sucks. I mean, he just fucked me
Thank
over,
God they
and they're
didn't have
for
to.
sure, for sure.
But yeah. So
So
yeah.
yeah, also like I had a problem with Caitlin Crawley speaking on this. It's like you've had like 9 different relationships and none of
Claire.
them work. Or Claire, and none of them fucking work out. And also, you look horrible. How much
No,
plastic
you know what the
surgery have you
problem
fucking
is?
had?
You know what the problem is she's trying to sit here acting like she's the lead and she knows all this shit. Yeah, you were the lead for 10 days of filming.
Yeah.
10 days of it. That is literally like probably not even a quarter of it. Are you kidding me, Claire? You're going to sit here and talk to me about how you know what it feels like to be the fucking lead. Shut up. You quit. She quit 5 times. I think it was 6 total by the time she was the fucking lead. I don't know why they had her back. That pissed me off. But I did like that they had back Cassie to speak on. Yeah, I guess that was the end of the first night. Where
I didn't really know, but then Twitter explained everything with Cassie, so I knew why.
She's the Colton one where Colton was like going psychotic. Like she was crazy. She had like a restraining order against him at one point. Like
she but also to Caitlin, Claire, Jesus Christ, she looked like she has Botox injected every single morning.
You know what? If I could afford Botox, I would get Botox too. I'm just saying.
Not like that. Not like that. No, not like that. Like her face, you look like you couldn't move. Like I say like this the whole time. Like she couldn't move it. It had to stay like this, no matter the emotion, nothing. It had to stay like this.
Caitlin,
that just looks.
Caitlin Bristow was up there with Claire, though, right? Was it Claire than them, or was it Claire?
No, Michelle was up there with them. It was Michelle, Nick,
Michelle,
and
Nick,
Claire.
and Nick was a genius. I love everything Nick had to say because he was like, the whole problem is that he literally told Susie that he loved her the most or whatever, and he's not relaying this information to them, and that's like a big piece of information that they're gonna have to see, like which
he made a good point too, which like he's like, so what if this happened and he's watching this back with one of those 2? How do you explain that to them? You know what I mean? Where he like everyone saw him say he's the most in love with Susie, right? Obviously it ended up working out, but it's like, how do you explain that? Because you really can't. So,
which I mean, bottom line, the fact that he's bringing up like I'm the most in love. How old are we? 13? Like, grow up, you stupid fucking ogre. I literally am so happy I don't have to see him anymore. Like, literally forever.
He is the most hated. So, like, we will not have to see him. Definitely will not have to see him.
No,
like,
he's gone.
But, I mean, night 1 then leaves it with, like, what's going to happen, right? So then night 2,
Susie and him talk, or Jesse is like,
but first he breaks up. But first he does the 2-on-1 breakup too.
Oh wait, yeah, that was the thing that was fucked up because he literally did it. It's like you literally could not give them the decency of doing it privately. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I could not fucking believe it. I could not believe it when I saw the 2 of them sitting in their chairs chatting back and forth like, wait, you didn't go on a second date or a date after the family day? And then the other was like, no. And they're like, okay, me neither. And then they're like, so what's going on? That was the moment that I knew that Clayton was going to walk in there and say the same shit to them again in the same fucking room. And I literally about lost my fucking mind. Like, he not only blindsided them once in the same room, but twice. And I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Chicks in the Office, and they had an interview with him. And you want to know his reasoning was for that? Is he said, oh, well, I saw how much that they were there and supporting each other in the first time. So I was hoping that would happen the second time. Dude, no. Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, but that it's also a respect blocks,
thing.
I was gonna say though, that also blocks, like, even though they both love each other, Gabby and Rachel, they clearly love each other, like they're friends, whatnot. That still blocks some of what they would say in response. You know what I mean? Like they won't fully out like say
Yeah.
what's on their mind or anything because it's in a group. It's not one-on-one. And also what I thought was crazy is like he kept saying the thing of like, because one of them asked, I think it was like, so was you telling me you were in love with me all alive, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I was in love with you at the time. I'm like, Clayton, buddy, 3 days have
Just
gone by.
shut up.
3 days have
Like,
gone by. You
yeah.
have fallen in love, madly in love with this girl, and then out of love, and she's done
But
nothing wrong in
even
3
Clayton's
days.
parents, when he was like, I'm in love with 3 girls, they're like, how can you possibly be in
Yeah,
love with 3 different people? Like, that's not
yeah.
fucking possible. Even his parents were like, dude,
Well,
you don't
Who
know
said it?
what's
It was
happening in your head right now, dude. You have
who
no
said it
idea.
though? It was Rachel or Gabby. It was like not that he is falling in love with 3 people, which I could see. He is in love with 3 people, and that's when
Yeah.
they were like that can't happen. Like I could see if
Yeah.
he's falling in love for 3 people and then one obviously
Or you
separates
can have
himself.
love for 3 people, but like
Right.
you're not in love
In
with
love,
them. That's the whole
in
like it's the
love.
operative word in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this ain't Utah, buddy. This
Yeah.
ain't that shit where you marry 8 wives. But but I also thought watching the breakup, right? It was like Gabby was kind of like that bad bitch. Like I'm, you know
She
what?
was past being angry or sad. She was just
But
pissed.
it was almost like I'm pissed. Why did I come back? Secondly, honestly, you know what? I almost want to thank you because I know I'm going to be so better off without you.
The
Rachel
whole
was the absolute heartbreak.
that was
Like
sad to watch. Yeah,
it
but
was hard to watch.
Gabby, the way that she was reasoning it, she was like, this is like an ego thing for you. Like, because she could have
Yeah.
walked away before, that's a
Yes.
harder thing for
Yeah.
him to deal with than him having the
Yeah.
choice to send her home. And that was eating him up inside. He was not about to let that happen.
Yeah.
So he drug her along and told her what she wanted to hear to get her to
Mhm.
stay. And it's like, for what, dude? Like literally
To
for what?
just
He's known this entire time what he's wanted to do. He just doesn't want to admit it to himself, even though there's real people with real fucking feelings involved at this point. Clayton was
mhm.
so dumb. Like I really, to the depths of my soul, if he does the same shit to Susie, I will not say anything except I fucking told you so. And that's it. Because we know Clayton's character from what he did to Gabby and
Yeah.
Rachel, not once, but twice, that
Yeah.
he'll do it again. And I would put fucking money on it. I don't care if he's uprooting his life and moving to fucking Virginia Beach for her. He will find a way to do it again because that's what those snaky fucking people do. If you do it not once but twice, you're
Yeah.
dirt.
It
Like,
was definitely a like when he went back for the breakup, I agree with you. Like I've like with the Susie thing, I was kind of like, what the fuck? Like this guy sucks, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. But then like when he went back into the double breakup, I was like, this guy is literally just a piece of shit. Like, this is just a piece of
yeah.
shit. And then, like, the whole Rachel thing, like I said, it was so heartbreaking to watch. I was like, damn, that's so sad. Like, imagine being her parents and watching that
She
too.
was,
Like,
dude, I was waiting for Tony to fucking square up with Clayton for real. Like, I
oh,
wanted
yeah.
Tony to go off. I really, really did. But he was like, my wife said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like even Gabby and Rachel talking one-on-one with him at the thing, he just kept reiterating the same fucking stuff.
You
It was
know
like
what it made me think? It made me think he didn't learn his lesson. That's how I felt after watching
honestly,
his
yeah.
responses to stuff. Like, it was just blanket bullshit statements that didn't really mean anything. It was just
You know
some
what?
cloud. Like,
You know what pissed me off is when he kept saying, I did everything that I thought was for the best and the best
was
for me.
right in the moment. Like,
And I'm like,
okay.
dude, there's no way you actually think that. Like, look, I would have more respect for him if he had just been like, you know what? Like, honestly, I just fucked up. Stop saying you did everything that you thought was right in the moment. Breaking up
Yeah,
with 2
he
girls
says
on one like that is not
the
right.
problem is he says, I'm sorry, but I felt like
Yeah,
I was
right. Yeah,
doing what was
yeah,
right in the moment. And it's like, you don't
yeah.
need to add the but part, because if there's an apology, anything that says but and anything after it, or
Yeah.
if you're apologizing and you say but, anything before it doesn't fucking matter. Literally
It,
nothing.
but
Like,
also like just say you're sorry and that's it. Like even if you have an explanation, saying you're
don't
sorry and
save
ending
it.
it at that, that's what I'm
Save
saying.
it.
Ending it at that is better. Like it's better than making you look like a fucking doofus.
Yeah,
So then Susie agrees to the talk. She like kind of meets their family, not really, but like it was a brief moment, meets the family, and then what happened? He writes the letter to her.
Yeah,
Obviously,
they pretty much they go their separate ways. Yeah. And then the next day, that's when he sends the letter or whatever, and she shows up to where like he would have proposed, but it doesn't end up happening.
She shows up and she's dressed to a dime. Susie looked real good.
Yeah, she looked really good. Yeah.
And she showed up. And I almost wish they weren't together now, because this would have been like the ultimate fuck you, and it would have been awesome to see.
Yeah.
She shows up. He has the ring, is all ready for everything. Begging, has the
pleading. I have a diamond ring in my pocket. I'm ready. If you want this, I'll give it to you. Pleading.
Right. The talk ready, everything. Susie, for a second at first, I was like, oh, she's gonna say yes. Then when she started talking, I was like, oh no.
And this then sounds like that person who was like, we were in, but
yeah, right. But it sounded like that person who was talking was like, oh yeah, we were definitely in love, but we're not anymore. And
yeah, well, she said, I'm not in the same place that you're in anymore.
Yeah, right.
It's not the same for her, because she got fucking, like, the way he handled everything was horseshit garbage.
Absolutely disrespected is what she got on
the way night. Yeah, the way that she described it to him when they talked is like she was literally like a stray dog in his house that he was like kicking out. That's exactly how it was. And when he hit that wall of being stubborn and mean, just like, get out of my face, and just opens the door and shuts it and says nothing, that was like really fucking rude to do to somebody that you say that you're in love with. Like, how did you treat someone like that? That's how I understand why Susie would feel that way, and why she decided to leave alone. Like she said, after the final rose, she was like, I was just protecting myself. And then she thought about it, and they made it work, I guess.
Especially though, at a point where like, yeah, it might have been a little annoying for her to say that, but like you could tell she was, I'm rewinding to the part when he kicked her out. You could tell that she was so, one, embarrassed, two, just devastated even bringing it up, and three, heartbroken about the whole situation. And instead of him like comforting her or anything,
his reaction is what made her start to regret what she did. And that's what's fucked up, is like, she didn't do anything wrong. He just reacted in a really fucking aggressive way, which that's the worst thing about it too, is he made her feel like she did something wrong, like that she did something horrendous, like the most earth-shattering thing in the world. Like why would you literally yelling at her and like kicking her out? Like, it hurt his fucking ego, bottom line. And like, that's the thing that he was never able to take accountability for, not even in like anything after the fact. Like, he really was not able to take accountability for it. And like Rachel too, she's like, did you tell me that you love me just to have sex with me? Like, that's another thing too. It's like, I firmly believe that that's probably what fucking happened. Like, honestly.
Well, honestly, like for a while I was like, to the Rachel point, for a while I was like, damn, she's clear cut gonna run away with this, right? But then like, as the show moved on to like the final four, final three and whatnot,
the end is when you started seeing it go to Susie.
But I'm saying it definitely was like, yeah, maybe he did just say I love you to fuck her, because he was definitely sexually attracted to her.
That's the thing. He was definitely sexually attracted to her the whole fucking season. He knew that he could play that card and get what he wanted, because he knew how much she liked him. She was obsessed with him.
She was obsessed with him.
And that's the thing, is she would have been a great pick, because she is a fucking ride or die. She would have rode or died for that man. Like,
I mean, that was evident.
Well, she's about to get her fucking bag, and so is Gabby. So
yeah, they are. So then obviously, fast forward, it's announced Susie hit up Clayton, they're back together, they're dating, not engaged. Clayton's moving to Virginia, blah 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 blah. Good for them, I guess. I don't know, fuck them. But big news now coming out of this is Gabby and what?
I want to say, like, I genuinely wish them the best. I hope that they can make it work out, and I genuinely hope to my core that Clayton has learned from his mistakes and will not fuck this up. Like, for real, I genuinely hope that it works out. If anything happens, it's going to be Susie leaving him, and it's going to be on her terms this time. And I promise that. Like, unless he does something dumb, which I could see him doing. But at the same time, I really
the guy's
hope
a
he doesn't.
moron.
And also, it shows a lot about his commitment to her, though, that he is picking up his life and moving to Virginia Beach to be with her instead of vice versa.
But I also think he knows he doesn't really have, like, he's got to, right? Like, he's done all this, he has to. So
she could have left her life to go to him. I mean, she's just a videographer. She can go, record video weddings in Arizona where he lived. Like, like
for sure.
It would have been way easier for her to move probably than him. But
for sure.
like, that's just a show of his. I think he is going to try to make it work, which is good.
Well,
and yeah,
hopefully they do make it work. But big news then also from last night. We're doing a duo Bachelorette, which I saw wasn't until the summer. I know we were talking about last. Yeah.
I think I saw, yeah. Which is Bachelor in Paradise, or right before Bachelor in Paradise should come out. Yeah. So I don't know if there will be Bachelor in Paradise.
I hope there is. But duo, Gabby and Rachel, they definitely were maybe like two of the most like fucked over girls in the Bachelor season.
They deserved it. Yeah, they deserved
100%. 100%.
But I don't think they should have been Bachelorettes together. It should have been one or the other. Like, honestly, because you didn't see Kaitlyn Bristow's season when she was starting and they literally made the guys vote for which Bachelorette they wanted to keep. So that's where it's different, where they're going to keep them the whole season. Two? It was Caitlyn and like Britt something, I don't know, but Caitlyn won it. But
hopefully, yeah, like
they said they're going to keep them the whole season. The problem is like they cannot date from the same pool of guys, and I feel like there's no way to. This is another point which we were talking about this last night too. I said they would need to separate them. Like, there's no way that they'd be able to see each other's guys and like not want what it's have.
They almost have to do like, it's literally a separate thing, and it's like if they do a group date, they can bring like, your 5 guys are for me.
They need to not do anything together. And if they have anything with Rachel and Gabby, it's outside of their dates, but their men need to be completely separate from each other's. Like, they do not need to intermingle them. Otherwise, they are going to be pitted against each other. And I can put fucking money on that. And I'm not about that. Yes, because they're going to start fighting over the same guy. I'm telling you now. Okay. I've seen this happen. So
I'm saying when you sign up, are you going for this person or this person? Right. So when the whole, like, you meet everyone, you're not in the same area.
It doesn't matter like though. That. Even if you see the other girls' guys, you still might end up wanting one of them, and they might end up wanting one of you, but it's technically still Rachel's guy, like, that's fucked up.
You see him one time and you can't interact with them basically because you're at a group.
You're not supposed to see them at all. No, keep them separate. You should not have. If it were me, I would not want to know what the fuck pool that my other girl I was competing with or whatever. I would not want to know what guy she has, because if she had someone that was nicer than my guys or hotter than someone I had, I'd be like, I fucking want that. Why didn't I get him? Give me that. If I were in the same room with a really hot guy, and even though it was hers, I would fucking go after that. Period.
You don't think they're gonna talk? You don't think they're gonna talk?
The girls will talk. I do not think that the guys should be completely separate. Otherwise, they will be pitted against each other. I'm telling you right now, that is 100% certain. So what are you arguing with?
I'm saying, like, if there's clear, like, hey, you're here for this person, you're here for this person. First off, they're going to get pitted against each other.
Those lives are going to get blurry because it's called human nature and sex drive and pheromones and shit. But no one's going to follow some rule that this is your man and this is your man. No one's going to follow that stupid fucking rule. They break the rules all the fucking time.
Regardless. Exactly.
No, so I don't want them in. I want them separate. If I want the best for both of these, I want the best for both of these women's in their seasons, I want them to be completely separate. The women can talk to each other, but they need to be separate.
We know that. It's not going to be the best for their seasons. We know that. It's the Bachelor. They're going to fuck it up, or they're going to do something to do. Like, it just isn't going to work out that way.
They need to keep the men separate from the opposing women and the other men. The men need to be completely separate, and the only people who can mingle are Rachel and Gabby. That's it. And the producers. Literally, that's it. The guys need to be completely separate. The only people who can mingle are Rachel and Gabby. That's the only way there would be a fair shot. Like,
so Jesse's hosting?
I think so. Yeah. He even said he doesn't know how it's going to work. when they're like,
I
how's
would.
this gonna work? I don't know. We don't know yet. So like, what the fuck? What the
It seems
fuck?
like they're like he must have a good relationship, but it seems like they're just filling him in for the role of Chris Harrison.
Well, also though, we've talked about like the ratings being down and shit, and Abby was making the point that Chris Harrison, he's probably looking at like how the ratings are so low and is like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like
Because like
you
even
guys
if like
tank this shit.
there's a good amount of people who just like who enjoyed Chris Harrison. You know what I mean? Like he was definitely well
He's a
loved by
day
the Bachelor
one,
Nation.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I do think I think after seeing ratings, they probably are like, maybe we should stick to someone. Like maybe if we have
One,
consistency.
why? Yeah, but why are they doing this two Bachelorette shit? Like it's so in one season, like it's something new.
Maybe
Just
who
do the
knows?
normal shit. Just like give us Bachelor in Paradise and then Bachelorette in the fall. Like,
I agree. I agree.
but they're not going to do that.
And
So
the only positive, honestly, like we talked about how there's just so many seasons, is like it's gonna be a weird season just because of like the girls, but like at least it's not two separate seasons
yeah. Well, you know
because
what
it's back to back, and then you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't even understand why they're doing two of them again, but
They're trying to spice it up because ratings are so down. I know it won't work out, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe they're just like, we gotta try something. And you know what? Both girls got completely fucked over. So why don't we just slide them both?
We got to get both of their audience
yeah,
in.
yeah.
But
Because like people are so behind them now. So it's like this is the best time for them, I guess.
People are thinking that they might end up doing like, have you heard of like Bachelor Winter Games? I did watch that. People think they might end up doing something like that instead of Bachelor in Paradise. Now that the Bachelorette's going to be in the summertime slot, that Bachelor in Paradise is normally
What's
in.
Bachelor Winter Games? Like
it's just like
real world kind of thing?
No, it's just like Bachelor in Paradise, except in a cold place, like Summer House and Winter House on Bravo. Pretty much.
As long as they do one of those are the best ones. Is Bachelor in Paradise is the best thing that they have.
But the Bachelor Winter Games, though, they shouldn't like do this again where they had like a bunch of international people on it, but they actually ended up having some of those international people on Bachelor in Paradise. Like one of the women from like Tokyo or Japan, she was like Wells's like bartender assistant.
Yeah, but no, they need to have like what they do for Bachelor in Paradise, where they pick like almost
it's
essentially
just
relevant
none of the international
people.
shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Claire was actually on Winter Games and ended up with a guy.
Well, Claire, yeah, she makes her fucking rounds at the Botox and everywhere
French
else.
guy.
But I did think it was hilarious that Genevieve and Aaron were sitting next to each other. Shanae, shout out Shanae, was there too.
How did Shanae get let in that place?
Good question.
But
like
also,
maybe the
I
beef
100% Genevieve and Aaron for sure had sex, and like I'm not mad about it. Like I'm not. Why are they trying to hide it? Like just like accept it. I'm so happy for you guys. I want you guys to fuck.
Right. I don't know why.
That's how I feel.
Just like I don't want them to, but also when I saw it, I was like, that makes perfect sense. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like that, I get that. Like honestly, the best thing for Aaron was going on Bachelor in Paradise. I feel like he's way more liked because of it, and his boyfriend was there too next to him. They didn't really.
Jordan, not James, or James, not Jordan.
James not Jordan.
Yeah,
he was there next to him. Like, so
damn,
you saw
how did
both
I miss
of them.
that?
Oh, you missed that? Yeah,
I did not see James
and then
not Jordan. I did see her.
Yeah, was next to them, and then Demi, not Lovato, was there. I saw. There was some. Serene was there with her brother.
I saw Serene, but I did not know it was her brother.
The black guy next to her was her brother. Yeah, I didn't see it either, and then I saw her Instagram post today. And it was her brother. So yeah, it was interesting that do they normally talk to Clayton's parents? Like, would they normally talk to the Bachelor's parents?
Sometimes they'll like talk to people in the crowd, but like it just depends. Yeah, if they have time for it in the live show.
It also makes a lot of sense why they were talking to Rachel's and Gabby's grandpa like a decent amount, because they were announcing them for the next Bachelorette. So like, oh, we got to play this one up. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, that's so true. Oh my god, we get more Tony.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Gabby's grandpa's pretty funny too. Like,
I'm gonna be actually excited to see. Yeah, no, Gabby's grandpa too, but I really like Tony. He's just like class act.
Oh, you could tell he was like, it was hilarious when he was like, my wife said I can't say anything unless I have something nice to say. And she's like, no, I did not. Cause I have a lot to say too, but you know what? I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's like, I don't have anything to say either, so I'm gonna keep my
yeah,
mouth shut.
yeah. So, yeah, that was just tough. But season's over. The fucking,
Thank
God,
God.
Clayton sucks, man. That was tough.
Dude, I am so happy we have a break.
Me too. Like if I could
Honestly.
go, I could do like Bachelor in Paradise, like at like 2 week breaks and get back in. But like a regular Bachelorette, I agree. I need a break.
Yeah, no, I can't
But
watch other reality TV shows. We'll
it's
be back in
Wednesday.
July. Next time we
We're gonna pick
record.
something else. We're gonna pick something else up in the meantime. We'll probably take a 2 week break and then see what we can
I
pick
don't even
up.
know what's coming out, but
I know.
next time we record something at least Bachelor related, I'll be in Dallas at that point. If we don't pick up any other reality shows in the meantime, I will
Well, we
not
have
be
a
in Chicago anymore.
Bachelor
Crazy.
fans that tune into this. They'll see you in Dallas next time. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's it from me. Anything else from you? You're finally not hungover. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, that was hard.
All right. That'll
St.
do it
Patrick's Day.
tonight. Yeah, St. Patty's Day. Gotta go all out in Chicago. But that'll do it for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bachelorette is in, would you say
July.
July?
Yeah, I
July.
think
So
so
Bachelor
far.
fans, that's when we'll be back next.
So far. Yep. All right.
So far. All right.
Peace and blessings,
Peace.
everybody.